What if we actually had a curriculum to teach kids how to draw graffiti? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey Marie and I'm your resident graffiti artist / attorney. And today we're going to be talking about what would happen if we had a curriculum that taught graffiti in schools. Now that I'm a music teacher, I always ask my students, well, how was school this week? And they say, it was good. Well, what are you learning? Education. What grade are you in? I don't know, like the 7th or the 8th or something. I've noticed that in general, school becomes this boring, frustrating thing that they have to get up early to go do every single day. So if we think about where graffiti actually starts, it starts when you're doodling. Doodling becomes this sort of adolescent art form where you draw your name and you kind of distort the figures. Graffiti is this sort of rebellious art form that is super attractive to teenagers because it gives them a voice and it gives them something to do during their boring, frustrating classes. I've doodled in a whole host of classes that I probably should not have been doodling in, but alas, it's worked out pretty well for me. However, to teach graffiti in schools kind of seems like an oxymoron because it seems like you would be actually encouraging the kids to vandalize things. Some kids, they don't really know how to differentiate between an art form that is legitimate and vandalism. Oh my gosh, stop. Why does he? If my husband does not stop texting me during my recording sessions, but good Lord. It was like 10 text messages. And then he spelled Bach, B-O-C-H. I think we've really got a situation going on at work. Next time you're drinking Death Wish coffee and you're all cracked out on it, I was gonna say text somebody else, but actually no, text me. I'm good. We're good. So as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, kids kind of have this psychological thing where they want to take risks. And my husband, for example, he climbed all the trees, fell out of all the trees, climbed the tallest cliffs, has yet to fall off the tallest cliffs. Hopefully he doesn't fall off a cliff. Now it's gonna be really weird if he does fall off a cliff. Oh! I found this quote that was kind of cool because it's talking about how kids are risk takers, and it said they would bravely cross the fatal third rail that carries high voltages of electric while tagging. Probably says electricity. And also it gives them a community. Sometimes those communities are not just artists and crews. Sometimes those communities are gangs. Why would we put a curriculum in schools that is gonna bolster A, their risk-taking mindset, and B, cause them to potentially enter into gang membership? The situation is fraught, to quote Hamilton. So the main reason that I would advocate for a curriculum of graffiti in schools is because knowledge is power. These kids are already doodling. They're trying to figure out what this graffiti thing is and how they can do it. It might as well come from responsible adults rather than gang members. And also, there is a link between learning graffiti and school success. Why is the screen not bright? So, in an interview by Susan Farrell and Brett Webb, they found that student writers were more likely to attend school and be promoted to the next grade. That sort of kid who can be motivated to work for hours each day tagging to become famous can also accept the grind of school and get a degree. So, okay, that's all good and great, but like, what does this even look like? It's gonna take some brutal honesty. If we talk about how kids have died from tagging things in dangerous places, if we talk about lasting neurological damage from the toxicity of spray painting without respirators, if we talk about lengthy sentences, no! They may not really want to do it as much. If the graffiti classes mirrored the respect that crews have, in the sense that they respect each other's artwork, but they also provide valuable criticism in an appropriate manner, then these kids, they might actually gain the acceptance that they want instead of going out and finding a gang that would give them fake acceptance. And it could potentially make school way less frustrating and stressful. But also, it wouldn't be right to teach them how to do graffiti without giving them a medium on which to do it. And so I think it would be really cool to have a legal wall right near the school in order for them to practice their skills. It makes a difference if the teacher would talk about this as an actual career instead of just a pastime. That way, the kids are thinking long-term instead of short-term. And that's exactly what is going to protect them against taking risks that could possibly injure or kill them. You're thinking past tomorrow. Dadgum. I am quoting so much Hamilton. It's absurd. You don't want them to throw away their shot. This really is going too far. Learning graffiti can also be a way to teach these kids a really good value system. It's about hard work, it's about perseverance, and you're going to be shaping the craft until you die. And hopefully that's a while. But this art form really can teach kids how to find acceptance in healthy ways and ultimately how to think past high school. So if you guys like my content, like, subscribe, comment. Don't like, don't subscribe, don't comment. Be true to yourself. Later.